This basically is going to be an introduction as to how you can split vanilla pods and make them a lot less scary back in the kitchen at home. We actually use these commercially, but basically the pod is this sort of shape. It hangs obviously from the orchid, comme ça. The easiest way and most common way to split them is to hold it flat to the board, and with a sharp knife it can either be serrated or it can be flat edged, it doesn't matter. If you go through the bottom of the pod, and then what you want to do is just gently move your hand and the blade all the way to the top. That is basically what you're left with. When you butterfly open, you're left with the pod, and then the seeds are these little black things which are here. So you can go through the pod using the back edge of a knife and basically scrape all the seeds out. And normally you would scrape these into whatever you were making, and that is the black gold that we're actually looking for there. That is what you want. Those are the little speckles which you'll see are all over my hand as well. That's what actually gives you the flavour, and it's about just trying to extract the maximum flavour out of one of these pods. What we're going to do now is show you another way to split pods, which is another more common one in most kitchens. Lie the pod flat down again, but instead of cutting it this way, what we're going to actually do is cut it down through the centre. And when you butterfly open, as we call it, hold the pod flat like that. What you need to do is just flatten it open a little bit so that when you scrape with the knife, you can actually get in there to get to the seeds, and then run the knife, or the back of the knife, all the way down the bottom. Nice, slow and steady. That is about the sort of seed, seed extract that you would get on an average pod, I would think. Probably maybe equates to a couple of grams if you're lucky, but the strength and the flavour of the pods that we use, I mean, I've used vanilla pods the world over, and I've cooked for about 14 years, and these are the best pods that I've actually ever found. So there's nothing stopping us putting these into some cream to infuse. We could equally put them into a jar of sugar, make some vanilla sugar, and beyond that use again, the uses of the pod itself are phenomenal, and that's what's really good, because when people buy these, especially in the regular store where they're really expensive, you would be reluctant probably to do what I've just done, because they can look like quite a scary thing to work with. But beyond the scraping of the seeds, people just don't appreciate that the actual pod itself has such a lot of flavour in it still, and getting maybe 3 or 4 uses out of a pod, I think, is just absolutely brilliant.